You are watching a Fact TV presentation of the town of Swanzey.
and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We're gonna make it through the night.
Okay.
Billy, I'm so out of it. You better lead that. I'm gonna have you stuff together. Thank you.
All right, ready?
Where are we?
Okay.
Make a motion to approve the regular minutes for October 22nd.
Second?
Okay, I have a few comments. And we also have some comments from the floor having to do with some comments that were made last week, but I'll go through mine first and then, what's that?
I brought up something about the, what Mike York said about, it wasn't in the governance, it was in CIP.
Yeah, we'll get to that. Okay. Yeah, that's what essentially wants to come from the floor as well, but if Mark's got it, that's fine. The first part would be on page 1. The chair called the regular meeting to order. What we did was reopen. The meeting was called to order at 4:30. Yeah, we just reopened it. And then under minutes, there was a motion by LaBelle to approve the minutes as presented. It was as amended. And then page, this is the one that Mark wants to address, and there may be some members of the governance committee that also want to participate in this. Under appointments, the heading, the heading was governance committee update, but the second paragraph had multiple subjects, one of which was the governance committee. So I think we would need to ask Mark Scalera if his comments about the 30 people at the coffee group, whether that pertained to the governance committee. Certainly his comment with regard to the radio show did. So that's been mentioned. And then as far as the goal of getting more voters informed, that would certainly go with the governance committee. And then I think Mark wants to address the comment that Michael York made with regard to concern of the committee. Do you want to?
Right, because I believe that, Mike, that was for the CIP, because the governance committee doesn't address whether we take on Brownfield or the Grange Hall.
Is Michael here? Oh, yeah.
Mike?
I didn't hear the question, Mark.
What you were talking about the Grange Hall and Brownfield, that was to do with CIP, not the governance committee.
CIP comments, yes.
If I could provide clarity, Bill, on what you just said.
Yeah.
So the update on how many people attended the coffee connection and the fact that the governance committee was there, that was governance committee as well as the other two, but it was my opinion about the other stuff that, whatever form of government we had, the issue is really how do we get more people more involved, and that was my opinion.
But isn't that also some of the minutes that I've read with the governance committee address that as well? Just
whether we're addressing it in the committee or not, when I stated it here, I said it's my opinion that whatever form of government is decided on, the problem still exists, and that's how we get people more involved, how we get more informed. You disagreed, saying that the town meeting would get more people out, more people informed. I agree with that, but I don't think that solves the issue.
Okay. So do we keep that under governance committee, or do we
You
just
can, it's up
separate
to you.
it?
Like I said, it was my opinion. That's
Okay.
why. You can leave it there, but it's not part of the recommendation.
Right.
They may not be part of the recommendation coming out of committee.
Correct. Yeah. Richard, did you have anything you'd like to add?
Just to follow up on Mark's correction there, I just want to reiterate that our charge is to find ways to increase the participation of the town's electorate in the process. And we haven't deviated from that, and we're, in fact, are getting a little more focused on it. We're doing two videos tomorrow to be put up on the Facebook page. But I just want to reassure the chair and the board that we are not getting ourselves involved in any financial part of any ongoing project or what have you. That our focus is staying strictly with what you charged us to look at.
Great. Thank you. Ann, anything else that hasn't been covered?
I have a couple of updates. You want me to wait for that while you?
Yeah, we're just trying to clear the minutes.
No, this is good. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Think you got that, Sue?
Well, my question would be whether I had anything from Richard in last week's minutes, the comments from this week.
We're just amending the minutes right now.
Right, we're amending them, but he's making it clear, as Mark did, that Michael York's comments had to do with CIP and not with the governance committee, so we just need to separate that section out.
Okay.
Ready? All right. Letter B should be CIPC. Then, just as an observation, I appreciate all the detail with regard to the budget items, but the way they come out, it's not really clear to people. So I think moving forward, just a general comment that the budget was discussed would be more helpful. A little easier for you. But within that, let's see, I don't know how many bullet points down it is, but say 10, there's heating oil. Is that only 1/3 spent so far, not likely to need 12,000 next year. Hot welker reduced. I can't unilaterally reduce, the board didn't, but the board asked about reducing it to 9,000 from 12,000. We can't act individually, much as we might like to. I think that's it. Suggested, that would work. Then, page 5. It had to do with a motion, and Lori, correct me if I'm wrong, it's at the bottom of the page. LaBelle made a motion in accordance with RSA 128:1.
What are you questioning?
I'm just waiting for Steve to get to it. Okay. So after health officer, his motion was, as written, was to resume, but it actually was to continue. In other words, resume would be, there would have been a break, but there was no break, I don't believe. Lori?
Yes, correct.
That's it.
Make a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Thanks, Sue.
Make a motion to approve the non-public meetings, October 22nd for sessions 1, 2, and 3.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Any discussion on any of the items? You have everything in there, Lori? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Public input. Michael, you were first.
I'd like to talk a little bit about the town gazebo put across from the library. Ray Batch and I looked at it last week, and it seems that the building is racked. And the chair that was the rocker that was broken, I think that's because of rot. And Kenny took the chair home with him, he's going to fix it. But the building itself, you know, it's carrying the screen, and the door doesn't fit, the screen door doesn't fit on anymore. And the racking is because when you touch the side of the door, the whole gazebo moves. And I think some of the problem is when they moved it, they might have moved it too much and pulled out the screening. So I don't think there's, somebody's over there trying to demolish the thing or ruin it or anything. I think it's a matter that the gazebo, when it's wrapped, you've got to put some braces on it. And I talked to Kenny about this, and he said, I'm not sure where the braces should go to stop the racking so we can get on a screen door that fits it and will close and open easy. And so I asked the town, to say, maybe they know somebody who actually built that one. I think it was the Swanzey Center, and then it was at the old age home. And if we can get somebody with a little more knowledge on how to put the braces in, maybe the town could do that to straighten it up and to save it. Otherwise, I think if it continues, it's going to get worse, and then it's going to be a dangerous situation.
Is that the one that came from Carpenter and went down to Colby Field and then came up when we put the gazebo in?
That's the same one they gave Laura Convoy.
You go back before me, Michael, I don't know.
Is it the door you're talking about, the whole gazebo? Is it, what's the racking that you're talking about?
The racking is when something isn't even.
Yeah.
And it'll, the top will be this way and the bottom will be this way.
Oh, so it ain't square, the door frame where the door goes in.
And that's why the door won't go in, because the wind has moved it.
Shift it.
Yeah, right. And you can bring it back and put some bracing in, as I said. But
Why do you ask if the person that built it, if we had a carpenter that worked for our town, could he just go and look at it? Or are you looking for someone to bring it back to original or something like that? Or is it just putting bases in it?
I think the town should put some bracing on. We're going to fix the rocking chairs in there, and we'll get them repainted and that type of stuff. And that, but I think the beautification commission's going to do that. But we need somebody to brace it, so it's going to stay in place. And if the town could do that part of it, that would be a big help.
Sure. We can refer that to Joe DeRusso, our carpenter, is back on staff now. Or Paul is back on staff.
He's really good with that kind of stuff.
Well, it's a funny building, and it's, I don't know if you need an engineer to look at it or anything else, or maybe a good carpenter that's done these things before. So I just wanted to bring that to your attention. I don't think anybody's vandalizing the place, which I think people have been thinking. And I think that we just need to make the repairs and it'll be fine.
We appreciate it. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you, Mike.
Laura, you'll take care of that? Thank you. Ann, welcome.
I'll try to be brief. Just an update on what we're doing as a committee. And I think we have a great committee now that we've honed it down a little bit to a more manageable size. We've been working well together, and we are all in agreement with how we plan to move forward. We've taken some good steps. We have a Facebook page, and we have posted only things that are specifically related to what we're doing. So that's the question and answer. The video that went up last week, there'll be 2 more videos, as Dick said, being made tomorrow. We have created, I don't know if you all had, this is the flyer that we created, which has gotten some good feedback. It's very simple and clear. It's being posted in several places this week. It's being put in some shops this week. I was at the Halloween thing, which was an amazing event, by the way. Ashley does a fantastic job with that. It was a lot of fun. And had some good conversations with younger people, which is the demographic that we really need to go after. And we went to the Coffee Connection as well and gave it out. And that was a, interesting and informative conversation as well. So now we're trying to figure out some more places that we can go to speak in front of people and engage them. So that's what we're working on. We know that we have to get our recommendation to you all by Thanksgiving, say. So once we submit that recommendation, our intent is that our committee or our successors will have a plan to help implement the steps to improve civic engagement, regardless of whether or not you decide to go along with what our concept is. We have a sort of backup concept as well. So either way, we can make some really positive change, we think.
That's great.
That's it. Questions?
How many people are left on the committee?
12. 12
Out
committee
of,
people.
what did we start with, 20?
21.
21, and we're down to 12.
Yeah, some just never showed up. Some found that it was just too difficult with work because we're doing, just so you know, we have afternoon meetings and evening meetings because there's some people that work. So this way, everyone has the opportunity to come in person. And then one person just had to go, so.
How many meetings have you had? Estimate.
6.
6?
We've met every week except for last week. Yeah. And they're engaged. Everyone's engaged. And it's a really good mix of people, and it's totally apolitical, which is just fabulous. It's just...
I listened to it on the radio. You guys did a really good job.
Oh, that was fun. Yeah.
I enjoyed listening to that.
I did too.
Yeah.
You did a really good job.
Good, thank you. It's interesting because we have a lot of good, solid history of the town and, just some background that I would never know. So it's just, there's a lot of really positive and negative things that people know from me historically as well. So it gives us a good base to move forward with. So hopefully you'll like
Do people get to come to any of your meetings from the outside? Do you do one that's inviting?
We invite them
You
every
do?
time. Yeah, we do invite them. So far, we've only had one person who came.
That's it?
Yeah.
How do you get that out there?
So it's posted on Facebook. And part of one of the things that we've actually been talking about a lot is, in terms of getting people engaged, is how can we get them engaged and what tools do we need to do that?
Correct.
So one of our ideas, which we all think will be good, is to do a SurveyMonkey survey, really short, really simple questions, nothing leading, just to see what people would want. I mean, we have ideas of how things could be done, but that would give us some, we hope, feedback.
The survey that you did do, did that get published and distributed, or was?
We haven't done a survey yet,
They're thinking about it.
so we're still working on it.
But the one that was sent out about what do you know about Swanzey?
Oh, we got some feedback about that, but not a lot. People read it, people loved the video, people liked the newsletter, so we're getting, little bits of feedback here and there from different age groups. The thing with the Halloween thing was there wasn't a lot of necessarily, not all those people were from Swanzey, so I couldn't engage with a lot of that. And I'd also put myself, if the kids were over there, I had to take it over here because I didn't want anyone thinking that I was trying to interfere with what was going on. But I had candy, so they came over. Anyway, this survey would be a very specific SurveyMonkey survey, and we will have to talk to you about where we think it can be put out. But that should give us some information, because people like a quick survey, and if it's, and you would, of course, have to sign off on the language. I mean, you would have to sign off on the language, just to make sure that it's going to be very basic, so.
I think that could be a good lead-in to something that Keene does, where when they have a group, they solicited a few years ago, I think it was 200 people, and I participated for a while, but I don't know, maybe they stopped it, but basically what it was people agreed that they would respond to a survey. So if there was a pressing issue that they felt that the city council could benefit from feedback on, they would distribute that survey out to that group or whomever was a part of it. And I don't know how well that worked out, but it seems like that could be something that we could tie this into.
Yeah, do you know who initiated that? Do you
I
remember?
don't, but I'll get you a contact with Rebecca
Okay.
Landry, I think would be the person I would reach out to.
Yeah, I'd be
I
happy
can do
to
that
follow up
tomorrow.
on that. That's a
You
great idea, because then you could get an interesting mix of people of all different backgrounds
Right.
who would respond.
So what you're doing now could lead into that.
Yeah,
And as a town, we had a distribution database as well.
right.
I don't know what's transpired with that, but it was difficult. We used to have a sign-up sheet
Right,
to
I
have
remember.
people sign up if they wanted to get it, but we didn't get a great deal of participation on that. But again, this could be a lead-in to doing that
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah,
The whole goal, you're right on target, is how do we get more people engaged and informed?
well, it's not just me, it's a great committee,
Mm-hmm.
and they're all working together, so it's very, except for one blip, it's been awesome.
You got to have those blips. If it's all smooth, it's not.
Fortunately, Mark is there to speak up, but.
Sure. All right. Thanks a lot, Ann.
Yeah, of
Anybody
course.
else?
Of course.
Jim,
Thank
Lori?
you for the work you're putting in.
Yeah,
Thank
happy
you.
to do it. Happy
Yeah,
to do it.
thank you.
It's been great for me, too, so.
It's wonderful.
It's a stepping stone. Anyone else on public input? We were going to put somebody, do this. Okay.
Just it's a motion to authorize you to sign.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yep, hi.
Yes, I'm Lori Krebs. I live over on Holbrook, and I just wanted to ask the status of the washout on Ashwillet Trail.
We discussed it last week, and Lori and I are going to draft a letter, and unfortunately, I didn't get to it, along with one other project that Steve Biddle is desperately waiting for. We're going to respond, as Bob suggested, to the state to basically, I think it would be threefold. One, we'd appreciate knowing when the state's going to be on site so that people can be there. As you know, Representative Rhodes has been very engaged in trying to assist you, and it just seems I want to say unconscionable, but unfortunate that when members of the state, DOT or rail trail, whatever, show up on the property and you're not aware of it, or Jennifer's not aware of it, and we're not aware of it. So that'd be one part of it. A second would be the potential, just making certain they understand the potential liability. There was an email, I'm sure you have it, from Julie. I don't know her last name, but it came in September. If you don't have it, Lori can forward it to Bob. In that letter, she indicated that it was part of their 2026 plan. So we'd want to get verification that in fact is the case. And then the third piece is one that Jim picked up on, and I think Mark and Bob as well, was the potential to add additional Jersey barriers at the north end where people are cutting through.
And that's my main point for this evening. We have a lot of trespassers and not so kind, and one has even threatened to sue. So, it's putting us in a really awkward position, and constantly having a trail of people coming through and belligerent at times.
We appreciate it. Unfortunately, we have no jurisdiction, but we can do what we can on our end just to make sure that they understand the board's engaged, and we're fully supportive of what you're dealing with. It's really amazing. People would have to see it to truly understand
Right.
the depth of the chasm and the amount of damage that was
Right.
done.
And the last we knew, FEMA came out and it was estimated to be $500,000 and they would cover 80%. Is that still the case, do you know?
We've not been notified of that.
Okay, because I do have that.
If you could forward that to Lori,
Sure.
but, so we'd have it as a record, but we have no jurisdiction on that. It's not a town issue other than to try to probe and prod,
Okay.
as much as Jennifer is doing on your
Yeah, and
behalf.
she wanted to join this evening and she couldn't. She said she was dealing with
She's
something.
put in a tremendous amount of time
I know.
on that working for you, and
Right.
it's just unfortunate that we're not getting the cooperation from the state, but they do have, we just lost the Route 10 project that had been in the 10-year plan, and we just lost that due to budget cuts. And
Okay.
obviously, this is an expensive,
And I think that'll be my point. If it is continued to be delayed because of budget cuts, that's fine. We just ask for more protection for
Sure.
trespassers like the Jersey barrier.
So they don't cut through the front yard and go over that
They
fence?
yeah, so they cut through on the trail, and if I'm there or if I happen to see them, I let them know that it's closed, and if they're on their bike, they just cut through our yard, which my husband spends a lot of effort maintaining, and we have, the person 2 weeks ago said that if we don't fix it, or if he falls, he will sue us. And, so it's putting us in a really awkward spot.
it certainly does.
Okay.
It bisects your land.
Yes.
Or your property.
Exactly, right in the middle.
Yep.
Okay, great. I will send the email, I'll follow up with you, and.
And then, once you do that, then Lori can respond with the letter from Julie that came in September. That's the one that we're going to be responding to, and I did tell your husband that he will be
Okay.
copied on our email.
Fantastic. He's in Chicago right now, so I told him I was coming down. So,
Great.
All right, thank you.
Well,
all
thanks for
very much.
braving
Tell
it.
Bob we said hi.
No problem.
We'll get that. Yep. Anybody else?
Laurie Kraft, Krebs.
Oh, yeah, that's another one. Their last name is spelled with a K, not a C. Sorry about that. All right, did you just want to explain to the board what it is that you're asking for a motion?
Yep,
Or the
please.
Board of Trustees is asking for a motion on?
Yeah, this is coming from Steve Biddle with the trustees of the trust fund. And correct me if I'm wrong, Bill, but we're combining some funds that have small amounts of money into one fund. So there's 3 different funds: the Edward Bovier Carpenter Home Fund and George E. Whitcomb Jr. Carpenter Home Fund. The Charles E. Carlton East Swanzey Community House Fund and Samuel Reed East Swanzey Community House Fund. And then finally, the Nettie M. Stone Swanzey Lake Pavilion, or the Richardson Park Fund. So the trustees of the trust fund voted to combine these, and basically these documents are just that, a non-judicial settlement agreement, and they're asking for Bill to sign off on these as chair of the board. So I would just be looking for a motion to authorize the chair to sign all 3 of these documents for the names of the accounts that I just read to you.
So, go ahead. So, there's a bunch of trust funds, we're gonna combine them all into one, make it easier for tracking and all
Right,
that.
and the cost of maintaining each of them is greater than the return,
What's
but
in-
combined, it will reduce the time involved. And
So if we needed to take money from one, how does that work? It's just
It'd be
all
from
those
that,
are in there. I get it, simple.
And we use the George Whitcomb Jr. Fund for the repair of the roof on the Carpenter home.
Make a motion to authorize the chair to go ahead and sign above documents in reference to those funds.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, okay.
Good job, Laurie.
Chief Joe, 2026 budget.
Good evening, Joe. Help me out here, where's mine?
I can't.
Oh, I have it right here. Thank you,
And
Bill.
you're also going to talk about the retention program?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
So we don't have payroll, right?
we do.
Oh, now we do?
Well, it's last year's, yeah, the wages haven't been entered.
Top line,
Yes, it has.
No, they're
town, yeah.
from last year,
What?
yeah.
Yeah, still.
No, you told me that the payroll was up through,
For what's been expended, but as far as budget for 2026, the wages are not in the proposed budget yet. But it,
oh, no, I understand that.
yeah, the first column for what's
So
expended
this is what we've
is
spent.
current.
Right here, right?
That's what we spent through the last payroll.
Last week.
Last week.
Last week?
Yep,
Okay.
But,
It just doesn't show
So-
you where we're at over here.
but the 900, that's listed in the column for 2026,
because,
level funding.
right, but that's not, Teresa brought over everything from last year into there as a placeholder. So we haven't put any wage increases or cost of living increases are not included in there yet.
But what about the rest of the line items?
All of the operating budget, yes, Chief and I have gone through.
Okay,
Yeah, those are
so
proposed,
it's just payroll that's been.
just the wages.
Okay, thanks. Sorry, Chief.
So we're only asking for less than 0.5% increase from this past year, or this year.
Only.
Only.
Do you, any particular highlights that you want to go over? I know payroll is a challenging one. I was just curious, with regard to overtime. I'm a little unsure now. Is this just a carryover for the overtime? The 80,000?
Do you recall, Chief, overtime, did you add in overtime?
So what the proposal was for 80,000,
Yep, so
But
which
we're,
is a status quo from last year.
but we're well over that this year.
We are, because we are quite down in manpower. We hope to resolve that with the new incentives and, things that we're proposing to acquire or attract more candidates. So hopefully, if we do attract more candidates, then obviously we'll have more employees, which will take from the full-time personnel salary, which is way below what we usually come in at. So it's a balancing act.
But you don't feel that, go ahead.
So you feel what we're gonna have left over in full-time pay is gonna balance out the overtime? You think
More
they're
than
gonna be
enough.
close?
There's more than enough there. It's extraordinary amount
Well,
of
you still
money.
got we still got 2 more months to go, and so,
Yeah,
we're all
we can
right?
get close to it.
Yeah.
You don't feel that 80 needs to be bumped?
I mean, we could. Hopefully, we don't get there. Hopefully, we do find more personnel that can come on board. If you feel more comfortable to bump it up, I'm fine with that.
Well, it just seems like you're probably going to add another 10 or 20, 10 or 15 anyway, by year end, which will put you over 100, over 110, actually.
Very good.
I would be comfortable bumping it up another 10 grand to 90,000.
I think we should go higher. I think we should go to 100 because, I mean, like you said, that's going to be well at 30 when we're done this year. At that. Well, no, it won't be. It would be 25 if you divided that out within the year. When did the majority of the overtime kick in? Is this is this I know it's for the whole year, but would you say the bulk of that hit was in the last 2 months?
No, I wouldn't say that. It's a continuous kind of flow that 1 week it's a little higher and the other week it's a little lower.
So we could average this out to about 3/4 of the year, right?
Certainly.
So probably be around 25 if he stays at this level, right?
Well, no, this is through last week. So,
What I'm trying to say is that 18,000 that he's over, say 19,000,
Right. Oh, could-
by the end of
right.
the year, should be about 25.
oh, better.
Well, if he stays at this pace, it should be 25, if you divide it up in the year, but I think in my opinion, I think we should go to 100.
Well, it's about 10,000 a month right now. Maybe 9,000 a month. Because
That's right,
so it'll be another 18,
that's right.
which would be 36.
Yeah, because I forgot to add in the bays, that, I got you. I figured it wrong. Yeah, so that's why even more we should go. We should go a little higher, I think, Mike. I know.
But you're gonna use the money from regular salary now, right, obviously? So if he has fully manned, we're gonna have an extra 20,000 extra in there, 30,000 extra in there that we don't need if he's fully manned. So if it's at 90, then he should be all set.
Does the 900 represent a full staff? I thought we pulled that back last year.
We did.
So I think Mark's theory is right, but I don't think the 900 is fully staffed.
I don't recall exactly now. I thought it was pretty much
14
fully
to
staffed.
12.
You do?
I think so.
Okay. And defer to you on that one. I thought Michael had cut that back one or two positions.
Maybe. I'd have to confer with,
I think we went from 14 to 12 on positions. I thought, I could have sworn. No?
No, that's what I'm asking.
I seem to recall that was cut back.
What's that?
I seem to recall it was cut back
Yeah.
based on being understaffed.
All right. Can we go to 95?
Okay.
Split the difference.
All right, so we're going to suggest you consider bumping that to 95. And then the bonus incentive program, year-to-date, you're roughly half, just under half of what was budgeted.
yes.
Do you anticipate with the presentation you're going to make later, that if it's implemented, that the 10,000 will carry?
Yes, it will.
Okay, so you're good on that? Anybody else?
Well, the recruitment there, that we're over budget, does that figure show, is that money from when we have to buy out somebody's contract to bring them over here?
Yes.
So
what
that's why
happened.
we're looking at that
Yep.
number, right?
We had a transfer that came over, we
Yeah,
purchased this
okay.
contract, and that's the bulk of that cost right there.
That's a bump,
Pretty much all of it.
yeah. So that makes that more reasonable why it's there. All right?
But is the 12 adequate? I know you can't really project, but based on what other communities are paying for the sign-on bonus that we would have to
Well,
buy
these
out.
bonuses are only getting greater and greater. So, I mean, we might not find a transfer that has a contract. I just can't guarantee that we'll find one. So, I mean, we can appropriate the money so it's there in case we do find one. But the likelihood, I don't know. We may or may not.
So you're comfortable keeping it at 12?
Yes, sir.
Two above that is PD cell phone.
Mhm.
Is that, do we have is that a cell phone that goes to each officer?
No, we have cell phones in the cars.
Okay, so what are those cell phones? What are these cell phones for? The one,
Wouldn't that be Chiefs? That would be
I have a cell phone, correct. I think the detective had a cell phone. And those are the only two of the cell phones that I'm aware of.
Didn't the supervisors have? I had one when I worked there, so I don't know if you
I
continued
believe,
that.
so we're gonna meet with the cell phone rep and, look at all of our cell phones townwide. But I believe there were cruisers, ones for the cruiser in there, right?
Well, no, we have 5 for the cruisers.
5 for the cruisers.
They stay in the cruiser?
Yep.
I think what Bill's trying to get at is we budgeted 3,500 and we've only used 300. I mean, is that, you know,
3197.
Yeah,
30, yeah.
We have 300 left.
Oh, yeah, I'm reading it wrong. That's it. That's good. There it is. You're right. Okay.
What's the mobile internet? Is that what's in the vehicles?
Tablets. So we have tablets and we have cell phones.
All right. Seem a little tight on both of those, but I'm sure it's made up in some other areas.
we may, because we are gonna meet with him in a couple weeks, and if we find some savings, we can adjust that number.
I'm just wondering if it's low to begin with.
Yeah,
Not by a lot, but
yeah.
Are they monthly paid or is it yearly paid? Is the bill already paid for the year?
monthly, yeah.
Oh.
Replacement vests, is that an ongoing expense?
Yes, it is.
Is it-
So it's
is
usually
it-
one or two every year.
Okay, so do we have enough budgeted based on what we spent this year?
Yes, I mean, if we're fortunate enough to acquire maybe 2 more officers, we're looking at $2,000, a little more, over 2,000.
Piece?
Over 1,000 apiece.
1,000 apiece? But you've spent more than what you're budgeting for next year, so, but that's okay?
Yes, so we might have to replace 1 or 2. So when the officers get hired, they get a vest, and then it gets replaced after about 5 years, expiration date.
And supplies and maintenance, was there something unusual this year?
Something to do with the generator? No.
Which line item is that?
It's,
342.
Oh, IT?
No. Yeah,
Yeah,
IT
IT support and maintenance. Oh, it's a maintenance.
Oh, okay, IT support and
Oh,
maintenance.
that's
So I
different.
purchased a platform for the tablets to communicate with the state, IMC, which we use currently for our report writing and also in the tablets. It does not communicate with the state. The spots for license registrations and wanted persons, things of that nature. So this new platform, which I purchased, was $3,100. It allows the officers to get that information directly to their tablets. Unfortunately, or fortunately, IMC is inexpensive, but it doesn't give you a lot of things that most robust systems have, and that's one of the things.
Chief, you mean Crime Star, right? You're using Crime Star, not IMC.
Crime Star, did I say IMC?
You said IMC.
Oh, that's a bad habit.
Yeah.
It's tough to break, but yes, it's Crime Star. So I purchased OpenFox, which allows the officers to get that information directly to their tablets from the state. I think that really should be taken out of PD service contracts as opposed to IT support maintenance, because it's not maintenance. It's not really IT for the most part. It's not their product. It's a product I purchased from a contractor. So that really should be taken out of PD services and contract.
So if we move that, then it puts you over budget for this year, but it brings you right in line with what you're projecting next year?
Yes.
And are there any other contracts that are going to, this would bring you right at, just about at the 12,000 that you're asking for?
Correct.
Is that going to cover all the contracts?
For next year, it should.
All right.
I foresee more down the road, but
So with the IT support and maintenance, maybe it's unfair because we're going through a new vendor process now, but if you took that 3,000 out, you basically have spent what your budget request is for next year?
yes.
Do you feel that that's going to be adequate?
I hope so. We'll see what the numbers come out to be, but that's what I'm anticipating.
Okay. And you're part of that, he's part of that process, right? The selection? All right. Anybody else?
And the other one is the car right here, right? That's why that's like that, and that's coming out of there, right? The 54, this one? What is that?
What line item is that?
730, the PD new equipment.
The new equipment.
Yeah,
we got
put the car
4,000 in
there,
for,
which
huh?
really doesn't belong in there, because it's a CIP
That's what I
item.
thought we discussed, right?
And it was approved by the board officially and put on the agenda last week. So I think finance is in the process of removing that amount from that line item.
Well, it's going to be a little more than that. We approved a little more than that line item.
I think we approved up to 70 or something.
Yeah.
But then he sent the, over, and it was, I don't remember what it was, but yeah, it'll be well under 70.
Oh, good. All right, should we pull that out? Good idea. Vehicle fuel? You're at about 40%?
So we're not running as many officers, so we're not running as many cars.
Okay.
So that's probably a reduction
And then with the on-call aspect, that will reduce it even more.
to a certain degree.
Okay. But you want to keep it there just in anticipation of getting back to fully staffed?
Plus, we don't know what the prices of oil and gas is going to be next year. I don't think it's going to go down.
Just went down substantially today.
That's today. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
Sure.
Animal control, tell me about that.
Basically, it's for services that we have with the Humane Society.
Oh, the police will pick up an animal and take them to the Humane Society?
Very often.
And then if nobody picks up the dog, we get the bill.
Is that right?
Vehicle maintenance, you feel good about that? You're over budget?
The faster we get rid of these Fords, the better.
Well, it seems like you're on a pretty good schedule to do that. So,
Slowly but surely.
but do you feel like the budgeted 12 is going to cover? I know it's hard to anticipate, but did you have an extraordinary expense?
No, I didn't have anything. It's mostly maintenance, brakes, tires, exhausts, items of that nature that just starts to accumulate. So, yeah.
And the department supplies where you've spent more than what you're budgeting for with another couple months to go?
Mhm.
What actually comes under that, department supplies? Give me an example.
Everything that comes from WB Mason,
Oh,
paper,
Paper, the copy machine, all that stuff for the office,
yes. Paper clips.
printer, the ink.
Yes, ink.
Anything else? You feel comfortable coming in with that number for 26?
Fairly comfortable.
I was shocked at what a ream of paper costs.
It's very expensive.
My God, it's incredible. Whew. Anything else, Jim?
I'm okay.
Lori?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Nice job.
You want to go over the retention and hiring incentives that I proposed?
Yep.
Do you all have a list of the items?
I don't. Where would I find that?
I didn't. I emailed them, but I didn't print
You have
them.
copies?
Yes, I do.
Could we have one? How come we get it for you?
Oops.
Oh, you are younger than me. I'll let you walk, you are younger than me. I'll share this with Carol. Oh,
I read my emails.
huh, we got a smart aleck here. I try, Billy.
I'm just teasing you.
I know. Okay.
Now, before you get into it, I just had a quick question about the tuition reimbursement. Is there an idea of what that cost would be?
Well, it depends on what school that officer would be attending. So if it's a community college, obviously it would be much less versus a more predominant college.
But this would be something they would be doing while working full-time?
Correct.
Right. I think before we adopt it, we should adopt the value, so we have some basis.
Yeah, that's way too vague. That's leaving it way too open. So that could be crazy money.
Or it could be very good money. Because they're going to graduate and then they're going to get the bonus.
Right.
Yeah, but anyway, go ahead.
Do you want to set a limit? Certain
Yeah,
money per year
Yeah, if you could do a little
per
more
officer or in general?
per officer would be mine. What do you guys?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it would be per officer.
So if you could come back to us with that, and then let's go through the rest of it.
Okay. So first item is the yearly education bonus for full-time officers. So for the associate's degree would be 1,000, bachelor's degree 1,500, and a master's degree 2,000.
And could you refresh my memory? You went through that last week with what the current impact would be.
Yes, I believe we have 4 officers who have degrees.
Yeah, 3 were the first one associate and then 1 bachelor's.
I think we have 2 that have bachelor's.
Oh. And two associates, right? 2 and 2.
I believe so.
Okay, so that would be 5,000.
And that would be for any degree, right? It doesn't have to be law enforcement.
We can make it just law enforcement or just any degree.
I'm okay with any degree. Get a degree.
I'm just thinking for a sec. It's a lot of money. You know, because it's not one time.
Right.
It's yearly, so it's got to fit in there. And then we could pick up, think about it, that's only 4 offices. We get up near 10 offices, and they all got it. I'm just adding in my head what this could approach and could bite us down. We'll be like, oh my God, what do we do?
If we have
Because there's
10
no way out.
offices-
We're in, you know, so. You're good with it, Matt?
I'm good with any degree.
And it really benefits the police department quite a bit,
I
huh?
think so. Education's not a bad thing.
No, I understand that, but
Okay, let's keep going.
Okay, the gym membership, I know is offered that possibly the fire department might have a gym or one might be put there for the use of municipal employees or,
Well, our town administrator is going to look into grant funding to create that.
okay.
That was in last week's minutes. So just another thing for her to put on her plate. But yes, we're looking at that. And then Lori's also working with the Human Resources Coordinator to reach out to local facilities with regard to a group membership. So personally, I think it's a great idea.
Oh, me too.
I think we should be doing whatever we can to help people stay in shape. But we'd have to get back to you on that.
Okay. So sick and vacation hours, so obviously officers are getting to the point where they're reaching the maximum amount they can carry. So we have 1 or 2, at least 2, that are probably they are at the use or lose scenario. So obviously, because of the lack of manpower, they're not readily available to use their vacation time because it's difficult to replace people when they're out. So some mode of payment to compensate them for their vacation time or sick time.
can you refresh my memory on where it's at right now? sick and vacation. It was two, what? What was the sick,
The
240?
ceiling, let's see.
Do you have those?
I believe it was, ceiling for vacation was 160 hours and sick 240.
And I think we discussed something like 2 and 3 or something like that. Move it to 2 and 3, but I thought we discussed something like that, didn't we?
Well, I thought we had, as far as sick time goes, I thought we discussed about not even setting a limit on it.
Yeah, that was my suggestion. I
Just
think
let
it's
them-
crazy to have that much
I agree.
building up. I think we need to
For
close
all-
out it every year
For all employees,
Yeah.
not just the police
Right.
department.
for all of the police. And that's where we left off. I think we were gonna try to look into that, Laurie.
Are you guys talking the same thing?
I think so, the
Sick
sick time,
time?
not having,
Yeah. I don't think that you should lose your sick time. I mean, we've had, since I've been here only 6 months, I think there's been at least 5 people that have donated their sick time to other employees that don't have it. So, and it's basically like, oh, if I don't use my sick time, it's gonna go away, and I don't think that's right. You know, you either have it in case you get really sick and then you need it, or you can donate it to your other employees that might need it. I'm not saying that we would pay it out. I don't think we should pay out sick time if they leave or something like that. They could donate it, but I don't want people feeling like, oh, I'm gonna have to use my sick time, so I'm gonna take a day off today either, you know? Well, nobody does that, but
I think my idea was at the end of the year, we close out, we're back to 0. Whatever it takes, if we have to pay out the person at the end of the year, we pay them out, and we start with a new slate instead of letting it get up near 300 and 400 hours we owe a person. You know, whether it's sick or vacation, I don't know, maybe vacation, but, because Joe, I think,
that kind
Chief brought up that you would like to see them have a lot in case they got very ill, they have something, right?
It'd be nice to have a bank.
Have a bank with sick, but even vacation, I mean, what if we, you know, at the end of the year, we pay it out. They didn't use it, we pay it out, we start fresh. At least the vacation side of it. You brought it to the attention, I said both, and then until you said that, it made a little sense to me, that let them bank a little in case they got really ill and they were out of work. They had some stability, you know, had some backup. But I would like to see something get that, I mean, we get somebody with 300 hours or 200 hours of vacation time, and then we got all the sick time, that's a lot of hours to, what do you think?
I agree.
You do? Yeah,
With regard to vacation.
but how do you make that work when we're so deep into what we owe? How do we start it with the new people? Or do we, and we see where they fall, or how do you do something like that?
we would just implement whatever it is that you decide, that employees won't lose their sick time.
Adam?
But I think Chief might be maybe asking for something different other than just talking about in general. Am I right? Like, just as far as, because right now, we have some officers that are gonna lose that time unless the board allows them to.
Yeah, but in my head, I'm thinking the other way, Larry. I'm thinking maybe we give them the option to buy it back from them.
Right, okay.
So we don't build this up.
Right, right.
Maybe we say to the chief, go back to the guys and say, if you got 2 weeks vacation, the town's willing to pay you for that, and we move on instead of we building higher. You know, that's what my idea was.
Yes, I agree, yeah.
Just as an interested party. I just want to make sure that the suggestion on the table isn't to completely zero out this time come January, because I think that would leave us in a tough spot.
We're not doing that.
Okay, just making sure.
I think what he means is zero it back down to the maximum so that it doesn't.
Perfect, okay. That makes a lot more sense to me, thank you.
We're going to have a work session that will be devoted to looking at different policies, and I think this is one aspect that we could look at. We haven't scheduled it to be in November, but I think we need some more input.
Another incentive, which I didn't put on there, was possibly giving them some sort of monetary incentive for taking less than maybe 5 days of sick time during a calendar year. So you're basically thanking them for not abusing sick time.
Sure. I think that makes sense.
I think a week's pay is probably a fair amount.
Billy, how long are you saying we were going to bring this and discuss it a little more? Because he did mention tonight, but he has guys that are really close, am I correct? You have guys that are really close right now to going over there?
Sick time?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we've got till the end of the year.
Yeah, we'll have a decision before then.
Yeah. Yep, so we will meet and discuss it further. We just have to consider all departments.
Okay. Also, an annual longevity retention bonus for full-time officers only. Just sort of a ladder to 4 years, 5 to 9 years, 10 to 14, 15 to 19, 20 years and beyond.
And I know Mark's predecessor was a very strong proponent of that type of incentive, and it works well.
I think it makes someone think twice before they decide they want to go somewhere else.
Sure. Yep.
I like it better because it starts earlier. We didn't start the bonuses until 5 years.
Oh. All right. What do you think,
I like that.
Lori? It sounds like we have agreement on bullet point number 1 and bullet point number 5. And then there's bullet point number 6.
Possibly an end-of-year bonus. I know the officers been working very hard, working extra hours. Everyone's accumulating overtime every week. And we have ups and downs, just like any little organization or team. And I think a little bonus at the end of the year might be a little incentive or a little shot in the arm to keep them going.
This is a one-time thing this year.
Yes.
Reasons being what Shawnee ended.
We'll put that in with the other 3 that we're going to discuss.
Very good.
So appreciate it.
And that's all I have. Any other questions?
That's fabulous.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Mark?
No, I'm all set. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
Lori?
Chief, very good job on this. You put some time into this. Well, appreciate this. Is nice.
Thank you.
Shows your concern with your crew and means a lot.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Chief.
She quit.
Are you good? Town Planner Adam Paquette, welcome.
Hello. Good to be here.
Great to have you.
Thanks for having me.
This is.
I believe you guys have me for budget and department updates.
Is that the light? Want to go through it? Want to go through it?
I do, yeah, let's do it. I'll start at the top. I think one of the big ticket items is right at the top there. You guys should see it on your end. I'm showing $15,250 for consulting fees for the planning department in 2026.
Time out.
Yeah.
We got 3 lines above that.
I haven't touched.
He's joking, it's
Oh,
wages.
yeah.
What?
Those are the wages, so go down past the wages, he's talking about.
No, I want to talk about overtime.
Yeah, I thought he was going right from the top down, and that's.
Oh, sorry, I haven't touched overtime, salaries.
Yeah, our finance department's gonna enter all the wages in, so we can just not,
But
Okay.
I'm curious as to why the overtime is at 4,000 when we budgeted $100.
I think Mike did the budget last year. The overtime is due mainly to weeks that we have zoning board, planning board meetings. Even during those weeks, I try not to go into overtime, and I think it's just, it ends up being a couple hours here, a couple hours there, and it adds up over the course of the year. Going forward, you know, we can certainly be more careful about going into overtime, but it does happen.
Well, it isn't so much being more careful, we want you to be compensated for the work you do, but year-to-date is 4,000, and we're budgeting $100 for next year.
Oh, I see what the problem is. If you guys feel comfortable budgeting 4,000 for 2026.
Do you want to come back to us, or do you feel like, because if you stay on track, you're going to be closer to 5,000?
I'm hoping we're not going to get to 5,000. But I can come back with an amended overtime. Let me do some math. But yeah, if you guys are comfortable with that, I was trying not to raise this too much, but 4,000 should cover theoretically 2026 overtime.
Okay,
So yeah. we'll
that's
come back.
fine. We just want to budget
Mhm.
with an understanding of what to expect.
Right.
So, to the best we can.
That makes sense. Yeah, I think that's a holdover from the way the budget was done previously, where overtime wasn't necessarily budgeted for because it wasn't planned for. So going forward, we'll definitely have that entered in more accurately, I think. Because I'm looking at 2024 and 2025, and it was 100, 100, 100, which is pretty silly.
Did we use it?
Oh, yeah.
So this is an average, a year average? Like you looked at 24?
No, I mean, the amount budgeted has been constant 100, and I know for a fact it's been well over that
We
amount.
should look back what we
Correct.
spent overtime in '23 and '24.
Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, we'll come back with an amended overtime number to your board.
All right, so then you were going down to the community development consulting?
Yep. So that is at 15,250. You'll notice that's an increase by 10,250, and the reason for that is because we are combining the planning, community development consulting, and the economic development consulting budgets into one budget, because it doesn't need to be two budgets. So we're combining that into one. And it ends up being the same amount, and we are planning on using that this year. 2026, we are planning on using that budget.
I know you and I have talked about it, but for members of the public and the other board members, could you expand on that?
Yeah, so we're planning on using that budget to conduct a comprehensive ordinance audit. Essentially, we want to hire an outside consultant to review our existing ordinance and give guidance on how to, I guess, modernize maybe is the word. But we want a third party to look at our ordinance to see where we can make improvements. It's easier for an outside entity to do that. I feel like all of us are a bit too close to it.
As far as site plan regulations, are you comfortable with that those are up to date, or would you want those reviewed as well?
They were just reviewed in, what month was it last year? I think it was August or September last year. They were reviewed and updated to add a provision for site plan modifications. I'm pretty happy with the way they are now, and those were actually recently audited in 2019 before COVID hit. And so we already have recommendations for how that should be amended, and we've already implemented those recommendations. So we feel pretty confident, at least I feel pretty confident in the way that reads. Same with subdivision regulations.
Okay. Next item.
Yep. So going down some more, I'm not going to touch on things I'm not going to touch on things I haven't touched. I mean, so we have professional service applications, 0. We've budgeted $1,000 in previous years. We haven't used it. I don't think we're going to use it, so $0 it is. Any questions on that? Plan recordings, that is also, but that's at 150. The only time we need that is if we find that a plan isn't located in the property file, we need to reprint it. That's only happened once this year. We usually get that work done by Gem Graphics. We haven't really needed that budget this year. I don't even really anticipate us using 150, but we might, so.
Sure.
150. Code enforcement telephone. Truthfully, I'm not sure why. We've only used, so we've used $649 in 2025. I'm not sure when that phone was purchased, how much it's used. I'm budgeting $650, which is only a $50 increase. I guess that's just in the hopes that, I don't know if usage is a problem, but I think $650 should pretty much cover it. I wasn't able to get a hold of Chris to go over that.
No,
usage.
it's a small amount, and Lori's gonna go through that when they meet with the cell phone provider, but you're already through this part of October, you're already at it, so.
Yeah, we are. So that number may bump up 50, 150 maybe, but we'll keep you guys posted.
So with the software, that might be another one based on our new IT consultant, but is this software that's specific to your use?
It should be covering GIS software. So you think Axis, GIS, ArcGIS, anything that we use in our day-to-day. I think a lot of this budget covers ArcGIS tokens. So when we create maps, so when I created the TIF map, for example, I had to use ArcGIS, and we need to have available tokens to create those maps. Looking into alternatives to do this work, there really isn't much out there. So I bumped it up by 5%. I think it should be enough to cover what we need to do in 2026 while we explore other options.
Okay.
Down to meetings and conferences. We haven't really come close to meeting our budget that was proposed last year. However, I still bumped it up by $200 to $2,700. And the hope is to send more of our board members to trainings throughout the year, do a better job of advertising available trainings through NHMA primarily. So when a board member signs up for a training through NHMA, typically there's a fee involved. That would come out of this budget. Then there's an annual planning conference that well, I'm going to it this year. That usually runs $500 to $700 depending on where it is. And then other miscellaneous trainings throughout the year. So the hope in 2026 is to increase the amount of trainings that we do with our board members, myself, and Stefan.
We all support training.
Absolutely. Quickly go over printing expenses. You'll see we only use $109 in our 2025 budget, even though we budgeted $700. I don't see us going much more than $200, so I budgeted $200. Should cover all of our needs. I think ultimately we can be a pretty lean department when it comes to physical documents, so 200s cover it. PCD advertisements. Sorry if I can't speak very much on some of these items. These line items were created before I was employed with the town, and so I'm having trouble understanding a lot of these. PCD advertisements being one of them. I imagine this is our abutters postings or abutters notices. Budgeted $4,000 from last year. We've only used $2,624. I don't see us needing, oh, no, never mind. I'm looking at the postage now below. So print advertisements, I want to try to engage the community more for public outreach. And so I think this could come out of this budget. Truthfully, I'm not sure where this 2624 number has come from. I don't know how we're using this budget right now.
And those we're paid for those expenses, aren't we?
Yes.
But you have to show them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so that just needs some more digging. I did increase it since we are using it. I did increase it. and hoping to use it for more public outreach in 2026 for various things that we can touch on a bit later.
It sounds like if you coordinate with what the governance committee is doing, there'll be some opportunity that way.
Yeah, we're going to chat about it after the budget. I think I'm really excited about 2026.
What do you mean we paid for those advertisements? Do we get it back?
Well,
Or
the applicant.
The applicant pays it,
Yeah.
so it comes back to us.
Reimbursed, yeah.
I got it. I got it.
And so we don't forget it, you all are looking at our permitting fees
Oh, yeah.
and adjusting them accordingly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're going to chat about that after the budget, too,
Okay.
because I have a discussion item on that. So moving right along to PCD dues and subscriptions, increase that by 5% up to $800. I thought we were using it, now the document that I'm looking at, yeah, there we go. We are using that. That covers my APA membership. So what that is an American Planning Association membership. It gives me access to a lot of their education material. It gives me access to meetings and conferences throughout the year. Eventually, I should be AICP certified. That's a couple years off yet, but it gives me access to study materials. Essentially, it's more professional development for myself and Stefan when needed. So, not looking to go over 800 for this upcoming year.
So you're gonna do this by the end of the year then?
No. I think 2026 is, we will though.
Yeah.
But for the $500 for 2025, no, I have actually, I'm not sure. Well, we're gonna look more into that because
Okay.
that 500 should have already been gone.
It may have gotten accidentally put somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can.
My APA dues are worth 400 this year, so, anyway. And this is actually where our posting comes from, PCD postage, which this gets reimbursed because the applicant pays posting fees. Initially, though, it does come out of this budget. We've had a lot of postings this year, hopefully a lot next year, so I bumped it up by 5%, hoping more development takes place. Is that all for you guys? I'm looking at a different screen than you guys, I think.
Well, the code enforcement
Yes,
vehicle
I don't know
maintenance.
why
There it
that's
is.
even- yeah. We have to move a few things around.
We do. Yeah, so the planning budget, last year it wasn't done by me, and going forward it will be done by me. I'm looking to condense a lot of these items, shrink them when needed, make it more easily read and understood.
Yeah, it looks like you can fine tune this quite a bit,
I
knowing
can.
what you know after what you worked.
Yeah, and so, for instance, code enforcement vehicle, gas, apparently $98 has been used, and we have spent $2,767 on code enforcement vehicle maintenance. That needs to be looked at for next year. I zeroed those out. Car's not getting used. I think we need to have a longer discussion on town vehicles. They're really important. I'm using one to go out of state just next week, so we need the vehicles, but I think we need to have a discussion on how many, how much we need to spend on maintenance, et cetera. So I think we can save some money next year, possibly.
Maybe we downsize the amount of them and we have something nicer.
That would be great.
So we don't have a high maintenance, and we also have a tremendous car that you can go out of state with.
And then
Yeah.
there's more room in the parking lot.
And I think it's an all-around good idea.
Yeah.
Department supplies.
Yes, department supplies. The reason I increased this from $1,200 to $2,500 is because our office needs 4 big items. And by big, they're not that big, but for planning, they're big, right? I need a new desk. Need is it's a low need. I just need more space. I have a lot of things that I kind of just throw around. We need a big table for plans. We have to go into the conference room to read big plans right now. Sometimes it's not available. So at the end of my desk, I want there to be a nice long table for all of us to be able to review plans at. Code enforcement needs a more lean printing setup. The big printer in our office right now breaks a lot, and it's not very reliable. So we're looking at prices for a smaller desk printer for just building permits. And then Stefan had indicated needing space for more storage, so, yeah. We just need
Problem
more.
we have is that room, right?
Yeah, yeah. So we need to more effectively use our space, and to do that, we need better furniture that fits the space and gives us more usable space.
Could we build something up on the wall that you could lower down when you need to work on plans?
Probably, yeah.
And then we put it up when you're not using it, so you could, we lower it down, we'll put the plans out.
I don't see why
Because there's
not.
some space here in the wall.
Yep, I don't see why not. We can
Because
certainly
I'm
look at it.
picturing your office, and
Yeah.
you are in a tough situation there.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, the amount of stuff you guys do in there.
Yeah, so there's some space efficiencies that we can make, desk, printer, table, all this stuff. It goes into making it a more usable space.
Do we lease that big printer, or is that ours?
Oh, that being the dinosaur.
It
I'm
should be.
sure-
No, that's- I was looking
I'm
at-
sure yeah,
No, but I was looking at it the other day. Do we own that?
we must.
We have
because
to.
It's like 20
If
years
we don't
old.
own it, if we don't own it, we need to get rid of it.
No, but
No,
that's
we
pretty,
need to look into getting another copier and then making it so that our town clerk doesn't have to go through the lobby to get to the other one. We're gonna address that.
just buy the one that you buy, the bottles of ink, not cartridges or digital. I do it, and
Yeah,
it's
I
the
know.
best way out.
Yeah.
It's the cheapest, everything.
Yep.
And then the Southwest paid off for the year?
They should be. 8270, yeah. Yeah, we budgeted 83 for last year, 85 for next year. I actually don't know what the fee is gonna be for 2026.
What is
I
Southwest?
bumped it 5%.
What is it?
Southwest Regional Planning. That's Todd Horner.
Okay.
We get a lot of, you have a lot of opportunities to use Southwest.
Oh, yeah.
They've helped us with the emergency management plan.
Huge resource.
Money good spent
Oh,
well.
yes, yeah. Yeah, we
They
definitely
do
want to spend that
traffic
money.
studies for us.
Nice.
They were very instrumental in the Route 10 project.
Good.
That got
Yeah.
canned, but
Yeah, they're a great resource.
So that's a one-time fee a year?
So definitely want to keep that.
Yep.
Yeah, love them.
sounds good, young man.
All right, any other questions? I know the budget that I have on BSNA includes a lot of other stuff like RTAC and EDD, economic development, but as far as planning, yeah, we're good. Unless there's any other questions.
Does that cover code as well?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's
the-
all good.
The vehicle, cell phone, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And Adam, just going back to the consulting, so we took the 10,000
Oh, yeah.
from the EDD consultants, right?
Yep,
And
yep.
then, so next year, this small little economic development district, we're incorporating that into his budget.
Correct.
So planning and economic development instead of
Yep.
just having,
I see.
So
so
consulting
this
budget.
$10,000 that we budget for, that's why this line went up. But this, it'll be gone from
Yeah,
here.
consulting is staying the same, and we are actually using it in 2026. If we don't, we're in trouble. Yeah,
Awesome.
and then, if you guys still had time for department updates, happy to do that, or I can come back next week.
5 minutes, talk
5
about
minutes?
permitting.
Let's do it. So in 2026, we are doing a fee reevaluation for all of our permits, and we are also evaluating impact fees for new development. That would have to go on the warrant article for 2026, though, so we're still a ways off on that talk. But in the meantime,
26 or 27, because 26 is right here.
you're right, 27 for impact fees. So getting away from impact fees, application fees, and permitting fees. That's going to be the big focus for immediate change next year. And I believe this board needs to approve those fees. It's my understanding that we recommend new fees. We give the data for why we're recommending those fees, and you all review that and either approve it or revise that. Is that correct? Okay,
And that's all has to be done to do that?
I think so. We're gonna do some more research, obviously, before I bring it to this board, but,
For the building department, right, you said?
yep, building and planning, we're,
I
yeah.
think planning has their own, over their regulations, right?
Yeah, yeah, and I'm gonna go through the RSAs again and talk to Cordell probably once,
But the board of selectmen will do the building.
yeah. Yeah, but we are looking at all of our fees, and we will, at this stage, I think we're gonna be recommending an increase in, all building permit fees and planning application fees, but it's too early to say that definitively, but I think that's where we're leaning right now, especially.
Do you see that we're that far off on what's around? Do you feel that we're that far off on price, on fees?
I feel like we're
Behind.
We're definitely lower than we should be.
Okay.
I just don't know how much lower.
Got it.
And so we need to raise it at least a certain percentage to be more in line with neighboring
We at
communities.
5 or 20 or 30? Where do you think it is?
It's too early to
Too
tell.
early to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Once we get through warrant article season, we're gonna be digging into that more with the study. We're looking at all of our neighboring communities, seeing where their fees are at, and development costs, and we're gonna adjust accordingly. I think we're very, very low right now, and we have room to increase them. But we don't wanna increase them so much that it scares people off. So it's a balancing act, and that's what your job is. But you guys will be seeing proposals early next year.
Great.
Yep.
Anything else?
Just some quick stuff for 2026, since you might not, well, you probably will see me before then, but planning wants to do a series of roundtables in 2026 to engage the community. We mainly want to ask the community what they want to see in Swanzey, how they want to make it happen. We want to try to engage with volunteers more, hopefully some younger volunteers. So we want to try to make some more inroads to community members to try to get them on our boards. So we're currently looking at maybe 3 to 4 roundtable sessions, question and answer sessions. Come talk to your planners and tell us what you want to see, and then try to grab those people for our boards, because we always need one body. And yeah,
That's a great idea.
it's a project. It's not going to be too much of an undertaking. Essentially, it's just seeing what space we need available, how we're going to reach the community. I think we're probably going to advertise on our website, on our Facebook page. We might send out a flyer or two, but really want to start engaging the community more to get their ideas for what they want to see Swanzey as going forward, especially while we're in. We have another 8 years until we renew the master plan, so this will be good prep for that. And that's all I got, at least until you guys see me next.
How are you coming with the joint meeting with the board and the land use boards?
Still getting some feelers out. Haven't heard back from Adam from the zoning board. So just from some background, we want to try to engage our planning board and zoning board, getting a joint meeting put together so we can study the economic impacts of their decisions. Did I get the gist mostly? I think it would be a good training, trying to get our boards to think more about the economic impact when they make these decisions. I'm still studying some RSAs to make sure that we can do that. I think we can. And I just trying to pull to see when they're available. So hopefully going to have that meeting in November. Be more of a training than a meeting. And then I'm also talking with NHMA to see if they can help put materials together for that.
Great.
Yep.
Anybody else? Thank you. Thanks, Adam.
Thanks, everyone.
Appreciate your time.
Nice job, Adam.
Kevin? Oops. Yes, Kevin. Yeah.
Who's Kevin?
Who's Kevin? Are you here for emergency management or tax collector, or both?
Both. We'll go over emergency management first.
Yep.
It's the budget.
It's on page 3.
You have a lot of blanks on yours, unfortunately, for what was put in front of us.
One that's there's probably going to be a few more when we're done.
It's gonna be what, a few
Be
more?
a few more blanks when we're done. So the first line there, salaries, that increase, I wasn't clear on how it was done in the past with the deputy. So with Pam and her dual positions, so that's an increase based upon the stipend that the deputy receives, and that's why that increase is there.
You pretty much exhausted it year-to-date anyway.
So we would maintain the internet. That training and meetings, there's a typo. That should be, it's not going to be zeroed out. That $500 should be there. The next item's the generator. Those were when the EOC was in the police station. Those generators are at the police station. That really should be moved to the PD budget.
So you're not removing the one above that, you said the 500?
Right, that's a
So
typo.
ignore that.
Correct.
Okay, now we're on the 750 for the generator, and you're saying we need to remove that?
It needs to be moved to PD. It's the PD's generator.
Yeah.
It should fall under.
What do you think, Larry?
I
Yeah?
mean, either that or general government buildings, and we have a line for generators.
You guys can work that out along with the fuel.
I have some
Okay.
notes here.
Yeah, I just
Or
didn't,
Teresa.
I guess I just didn't see where it would.
All right, so that's
But
gone
the EOC's
to-
not there. Why am I
It will be
involved?
somewhere else in the budget. We weren't sure
So
where.
the fuel will be gone, right?
Yeah, and the fuel will be moved as well to another
Yeah.
budget.
And then everything there, the other items there are pretty much staying the same.
Okay. Well, you increased something, 1,000, didn't you?
1,200 for the salary.
The new equipment?
New equipment?
New equipment?
Yeah.
What's the new equipment?
That's just a line item that, the radios are coming out of the general fund. That's ideally looking at probably a new laptop. The current one that we have is very outdated.
So we are increasing that 1,000.
Yep.
That was pretty simple.
Keep it simple.
Seems like there's a little more work we have to do on it, so.
Now the health officer?
No, that's Stefan.
Oh, that's Stefan, all right.
Okay, a little more work on,
We're just getting the different line items where they need to be.
oh, yes, yep.
And then usually we would see some expenditures year-to-date that we're not seeing. So it's hard to know whether those expenditures have happened or the money's sitting there.
It's been very little expenditures.
Yeah. All right. So the disaster plan, that was an expense that was reimbursed by a grant through Southwest?
Well, it will be.
Because we're doing it in '26?
It's actually, it actually expires in '27. So we are in that process. We're waiting to hear before the grant.
Okay. Would it be a project for next year? Or is it a project for?
But they made it clear to me to don't start or do anything on it until we've got the grant approved.
Sure.
Yeah. But I would think we would be underway. It would really have to be underway in '26 if it expires in '27.
Okay. Any questions?
I'm good.
On to tax collector.
So it's not really an update, but more of, I've been looking at a list of town-owned properties that we have. and trying to identify what's there, and I believe there's a number of properties that have been forgotten about, not really looked at in a number of years, and that several of them have been taken by tax deed. At this year's conference, I talked to New Hampshire Tax Deed and Property Auctions. That's a state, it's within the state of New Hampshire. They handle disposing of tax deeded property. We've got one particular piece of property on Kempton Road that we took in 3 or 4 years ago. We tried to sell it a year ago, and there's issues with the title that need to be addressed. And we really need legal help to get that done, to do it properly. I don't believe there's anybody in town hall, but certainly I'm not capable of clearing that up. And actually Lori and I met with them, and I had given them some preliminary information on the title to that property, and they looked at it and they seem to think that they can help us and get it cleared up.
Who is them?
The name of the company, it's one of the lawyers there is Weston Sager, and it's New Hampshire Tax Deed and Property Auctions. They're attorneys, and they would have the expertise, and what he did, he looked at it, he didn't seem to think it was beyond his capabilities to get that stuff cleaned up, because there's a lot of entities involved. HUD is one, in getting things cleared up there so that we can sell the property and it's marketable.
Is there something on the property?
No, it's land.
Just land?
Yes. There are also a couple of other properties. There's one that we took in that's on South Road. It's actually almost at the intersection of Flat Roof. That I don't see any reason to keep that, in my opinion.
It was desired to be designated a park. The previous owner applied to the zoning board for a variance for septic, and it was denied. So essentially rendered the property unusable, and that's why they let it go to the town.
That one we did take as as lack of taxes, and there's actually 2 parcels there side by side, I believe, right on that curve.
Is it because the stream is there or something? Because that's where that stream is?
Well, I guess I'm just preliminary looking at some sort of authorization to go through these, and then we'd have to get a number of people involved in looking at them.
Sure.
And another one is on Pine Street. We had talked about that one this morning. That's what I see, that seems to be could be a desirable piece of property. And I think and there's a number of others. I'm still working through this process, but I'd like to take and certainly engage this company to clean up this one that we attempted to sell, and the title is not clear on that.
And would they auction it?
Yes. And ideally what they
With
would
a
like...
reserve?
I think we could set it up that way, yes. The ideal scenario is to have a number of properties to do at one time, not just have one.
That was my introduction to this gentleman's park.
Pine Street,
Yes.
refresh my memory, is that the one on the corner?
No, it's not. Okay, so it's if you're going down Pine Street from the railroad, so in that first immediate 90-degree left that you take, there's that big blue house on the corner. It's the next lot there. It's before the one that was just redone and flipped. So it's not really near DPW. It's not 120 Pine where we use for storage now.
Well, that's what I was saying.
No.
No, it's not that.
No. But I think, again, that's another one. That was taken by tax deed in '94.
That was taken through that kind of lot?
No.
Oh, the pine.
Well, I believe it
original.
was at one point. I don't have the details on that, but the one I'm talking about that's right around the first corner
I got you.
was taken in '94. And from appearances, it seems like a desirable lot that
Right.
get it off our inventory. And
Collect money.
yes, hopefully,
So it makes us money instead of costs us
in
money.
an ideal scenario, yes.
Smart.
I think if you bring a list together, we could review them individually, just as we discussed on the Flat Roof Mill Road and South Road. And the one that you're talking about, I'd want to have Joe DeRusso take a look at it, because it is potential expansion for the cemetery. But Doesn't mean we shouldn't sell it.
Yeah, that's my desire is more so as a resident taxpayer than tax collector.
Sure. Understood. Thank you, Kevin.
All right, so I'll work through these and try to do as much research as I can, and then we'll kind of have a work session or whatever to work through each property to see if we go ahead and move forward with this company or another company to clean this other property up. They indicated that this is their busy time right now. It probably would be springtime before we would do something like this, but that would give us time to prepare and put together this list of property that we can ideally dispose of.
If you could look into what the cost would be, we may have a local attorney that could handle it as well, more expeditiously. But because that was one that was put on the market.
Which one are you talking about?
I think the one on, unless I'm thinking of a different property on
On
Kempton
Kempton?
Road.
Well, we attempted it. There was an offer that was accepted.
With the title problem.
But then the potential buyer went and did their own research and came back, and it was about the first of the year, I think, just about the time Michael was getting ready to leave, and it just kind of
Fell through?
Yeah.
Sure. Great. Anybody have any questions? Thanks, Kevin.
Okay.
Kevin, the taxpayer.
Yes.
Shrub, Kevin.
Mount Caesar Library. How we doing?
You're awake.
Doing great, thanks. Come on up here.
Last week, but we were all out of town.
Well, hopefully in a good
We
place.
thought you went to the islands and were enjoying
No,
yourself.
I was in Rhode Island. An island, not
There you go, it's
tropical.
close.
Richard, do you have another copy you can give them?
I have one more.
Yeah. So I guess we weren't added to the agenda, but.
I know, that
but we're
was my
here.
fault.
So we have
I'm
nothing,
sorry.
this is what we're gonna go by here.
Welcome.
You may have to show me how to use this. So,
That's what they're asking.
and what do we used to be? Oh, right here?
This is what they're anticipating for this year.
And that's what they're asking. So we don't have no numbers of where we're at.
This is what they, right, but this is where they think they'll be.
I got you.
All right, have at it.
You want to
Well,
take the?
town's been great supporting the library the past
Absolutely.
many years. This year, as you'll see in the upper right-hand corner, this year we're getting annualized $158,496. We are asking for $11,016 increase. It is 6.9%, 6.95 actually. There are three, I call them part-time, librarians. One works 30 hours, one works about 30 and a half hours a week on average, and another works 22 and a half roughly. We would like to give them a 3% increase. Other increases in that 11,000 are for insurance, electricity, increases, books. The biggest increase on books is this Libby, online books that people read, so not paper books, not bound books. We get billed from the people who organize that, and it goes up a bunch every year, a number of hundreds of dollars. So it's something like $1,500 this year, and Caddy, the librarian, says it's going to go up some more next year. It's just the way it's going. And part of that is driven by user, so you get billed, if you will, for every book one of us reads online. Okay?
And the benefits of that are inventory.
Well, you don't
easier
have,
bookkeeping.
it's true, you don't have to buy then a $35 hardbound or paperback book.
It's cheaper than buying some of the hard. cover books.
And more people are reading books online. Yeah.
So you can,
I have it electronically, so you can have a copy.
Was this one of their
Yeah.
books?
Well, no.
Oh, I thought
it's
this,
just-
oh, I
Is
thought
that
you
the
were showing me
spreadsheet?
one of your
It's what
books.
he's looking at, I have it electronically, I just have no way to print it, so.
yeah, sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, people can read it on their laptop or their whatever device they want to use, my iPad, whatever. So that's going up. Community programs, a few years ago, you helped us invest in more hours for the youth program librarian. So she runs a lot of programs all year long, especially in the summer. And, you know, it's great for the community residents. What else can I tell you? Insurance, electricity, those are the main increases.
It's all heat pumps there now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So we
so-
don't buy oil anymore.
Right.
But our electric bill has gone up.
Electricity.
What?
Electricity's high.
Yeah.
It's very high. It's shockingly high. I have to remind myself, oh, we're not paying oil, but it's
Yeah.
still high.
I'm good. Thank you, though.
Thank you, Larry.
Don't drop it, it'll be another $1,000 added to our budget. Any questions?
Yes, no, I'm just looking down at all these, right? So every custodian and shovels the front and stuff, so that is,
Yeah, well, the shoveling part, yeah, but we plow.
we plow.
Town plows, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So the shoveling is the doorways and
All the walkways.
Correct.
all the
Yeah.
walkways.
Entryways, the ramp.
And what else does the custodian do? Clean
So we've
the-
actually increased our custodial or cleaning costs.
Yeah.
I
We
gotcha.
used to
We
have.
actually have the same cleaner you do at the town hall.
At the town hall, right.
Jen Baxter.
So in 2025, we changed the cleaners. We got a lot better service. But the other one, what we had in 2024 was just not satisfactory.
no.
Took us a
Cleaning
long while to
the
find
library.
something.
We don't need to talk about that.
But it costs more, so.
Okay,
Sometimes
you
get-
made a change that was beneficial for the library.
Right,
Yeah.
right,
It's much-
definitely.
Much better.
We do get questions occasionally with regard to how people are paying for the EV charging station. How is that handled?
We don't really have a lot. They pay, was it $1?
I think they charge $2 for people to charge their vehicles, but I don't think we've had many.
No, we haven't had much activity at it, that's.
I think maybe one of our trustees charges his electric car on it, but that's about, I don't think we've had a whole lot of usage of that.
No, it's like $2 an hour, I think, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the trustee who
Steve,
uses
the
it
guy that
also donated it,
donated it, yeah.
you know.
Right, we didn't pay for the station.
Where does that come from? Where does that money come from? To charge up the cars? I'm lost. I get it, but they only charge $2 an hour to charge a vehicle?
I don't know anything about it, but yes, $2 an hour.
Where is it hooked up to? Where's the power come from for that?
From the library, right?
It's the
Yeah.
library, it's in with the library bill.
Is that too low?
Huh?
Is that too low, do you know?
It just seems,
I mean, I should talk to them.
seems low to me. I mean, I don't
$2 for
know.
an hour's worth of electricity seems
We
pretty
used to
low.
have,
I would love to know what
one of Kai's predecessors.
What it's taking, I don't know what, I don't
Exactly.
know exactly what the car takes.
Yeah,
But I
I think
think Steve was pretty, the gentleman that donated the charger for us, is very knowledgeable about it, and he kind of set the price, so I'm sure that's the going rate. I would think, I don't think we're losing money on it at
Yeah,
all, that's for sure.
unfortunately, we should have been here tonight,
Yeah.
but he's not. He's
Quite knowledgeable
So he
about.
set it all up, he paid all the expenses to mount it, everything. So is there only one
one charger, yeah.
One
Yeah,
charger?
one charger.
And one of the employees of you uses it mostly?
No,
It's-
not an
he's actually a
employee.
trustee.
He's a trustee, he's not an employee.
I mean, he donates the money every time he uses it, but
Interesting.
It was his mission, if
Yeah.
you will, one of his
Get it.
Passions.
prizes,
Yeah.
things he likes to support.
It's helpful to be able to document that there is compensation being made, because the people that contact us because they're frustrated. They don't understand why the town is paying for somebody to charge their vehicle, so anything we can get that could
Yeah,
document.
the town
would
really
be
isn't
helpful.
paying for it.
Well, but again, if we could have
Right,
something
right.
that's documented,
Yeah.
would be helpful.
okay.
None of us are casting aspersions.
Right, no,
Understood.
that's,
We're just
that's a good idea,
responding
though,
to people's comments.
to let people know that.
Yeah. I know, when I was away a couple of weeks ago, I was at a development, and they had multiple charging stations, but they all had key readers, or card readers. And I made a point to go look at them, just to have a better understanding.
Sure.
So anyway, any information on that you can provide would be helpful.
Okay.
And if it ought to be a revenue source, as opposed to an even. It ought to be a way for you to generate additional revenue.
Right.
And
Right.
It doesn't have to be a lot, but something that
Right.
would help you and encourage people to use it.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, from what I saw on her miniature screen,
Bill, I should have showed, I was trying to get your
That's a
attention.
lot better.
oh, yeah. You could have given it to me that way. You gave me the reduced version.
I didn't think of it until I,
Anyway, I think your numbers look great.
Okay, thank you.
Fantastic.
Well,
Guys are doing a great job over there.
and we're gearing up to phase 2 of our next construction, elevator addition onto the L and bathrooms upstairs. Wow. Yeah.
It's a lot.
We need a lot of bucks to do
Yeah,
that, so we might not be doing that for a couple more years, but, because you know what the fundraising is like.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But
What kind of fundraising do you do? Everything?
We beg.
everything,
Well, for the,
Give me a bunny.
grants and,
for windows and floors, this is something that the town put a lot of money into. You know, we did a capital campaign,
yeah, The
but we
town-
never were able to raise the 1.5 million we needed for the whole thing, which included an elevator, so
1.5?
I think originally,
That's a lot of bake sales.
that's
That
all.
was, yeah, that was with everything, and so we only did half. We did the, reconstruction of the floors and,
Which was really extensive.
yeah.
yeah, that was a
expensive.
big deal.
We had the new heating system put in.
How's that working? Good?
It was,
That's the
it is
electricity.
now.
It
We
is,
had
yeah.
a lot of problems
Issues
with
with
it,
it
a lot.
over the winter.
They came continuously to get it straightened out. I guess, what were they, faulty, I forget what it was.
First, it was faulty wires in a box that they fixed, and that didn't fix the problem, remember? And then they had some pieces or something that they've replaced since. So we hope this winter that it doesn't happen again.
Worked great all summer. We had
Yeah.
a lot of issues last winter, but it's better now.
Must have turned on now.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah.
So far, so good. I haven't gotten any phone calls anyway.
Right, no cancellations.
And you did New Hampshire Gibbs, if I remember.
Yes, we
Yep, we
did.
do
Yep.
that, we do that. We had quite a bit
I mean,
of
we just
grant
did a lot of
money.
research on grants and organizations that give money. Yeah. A lot of town donors, a lot of people, tons of people gave money. Even if you gave $25, we had a $150,000 donation, but that's a secret who
Oh, we
donated
could-
it.
yes. A very famous person, actually.
It was, yeah.
Wanted to remain anonymous.
An
Are
author,
they on television?
an author,
It was an
Are they on
author.
an author
No,
that
no,
gave us
seriously.
money from a letter that one of our trustees wrote to this person. So
You
that
went
was,
to the mailbox and opened up a $50,000 check?
yes,
That's basically it, yeah.
yep,
Yeah.
yep,
That's
And
cool.
please do not tell anyone where this came from.
That's cool.
yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
So,
Well, that's how this was done too. Similar efforts like you all put out.
yeah,
I
that's,
know.
that's.
I wish I could open an envelope like that. I look for the Jimmy Fund all the time and I don't see it.
Oh, yeah.
Where
they
is
should
my
be-
check?
They should be giving you money every year.
Where's the Jimmy Fund money?
All right, well, thank you very
All
much.
right, thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Good job, guys.
Thank you so much.
Should be proud of it. Speaking of paper, I got more paper over here, Billy. How much is there in the paper, Bill?
I know Mark has been very patient. I was wondering why you were so patient. I just read the motion.
We
You're not here for that?
You would have stayed anyways.
Well, if you weren't here for that, we might as well keep going with our budget.
No, he's kidding, yeah.
All right, go ahead. So we have a motion. This is great. You're gonna get involved with CIP.
Yeah, make an effort to attend those meetings, and that was the first time I actually attended a CIPC meeting. I found it very interesting, I just mentioned to Steve, I said, oh, this is what you do on your spare time, I find it very interesting. He says, Mark, we have an opening, he was so enthusiastic. And I'm like trying to think on the spot, I said, no, just do it, if you don't like it, you can leave, but just do it. I said, Steve, stop. It'll be done.
You mimicked him very well.
Yeah, you did really good. Just do it.
Really good.
You were good at that. I was with you. I witnessed it. I'm glad to see that. Why not? Be up at the table.
I think he likes the value I bring to the trustees, and it's all good, I don't care.
That's great. It's exciting to have you join.
The pay is horrible.
Hey, it's horrible.
It gets doubled every January, Michael.
I gotta get some of the benefits of the police department.
You want to make the motion?
Move to appoint Mark Scalera as full member to the Capital Improvement Committee.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
When's our next meeting? That we're missing one, right? Because he went in for
He's
Isaac.
got cardiac surgery.
So not tomorrow, next Thursday.
It's on my calendar. And then, yes,
Bobby usually keeps me up to date.
I believe it is. And just for technicality, Lori, I can come down and get sworn in tomorrow?
I'm sorry.
I can come down and get sworn in tomorrow, next day? Okay.
Yep, we'll just have Katie, I think Katie has been the one filling out the appointment forms. And then the board, you can sign it, and then the board will put it in the folder for the board to sign off on.
But
And
you're
they-
official.
They already have the form.
You're now official. We haven't signed off, but you are official. Thank you.
You're in. And you know, once you're in that circle, you can't get out. So I heard you say that earlier. It's no getting out now. It's CIP, God, family.
Sounds like a secret society, CIP.
Health officer budget.
So
We're doing that when I was in
I'm gonna,
Savannah?
yeah, they're pretty basic, so I figured I would just put them on here.
I
so
put
it
my
just
budgets away.
Save a little bit of time when we do the town office, if that
That
was
makes
all right.
sense.
Yeah, there was actually
Thanks, Mark.
a slight reduction.
Mark, thank you.
Take care, Michael. Thank you.
Mike, I'll see you later. Okay, buddy.
A slight reduction in the health officer budget. Stefan kind of went over, made the slight reductions there, but it's pretty much flat.
Yeah, it's 250 reductions and 250 add,
Yeah,
right?
I think we
So it even out.
increased one of them a little bit for the membership dues, but other than that, it's.
Oh, yeah, I see it at $100. Yeah.
Lori, I'm curious about the actual on water tests.
Water tests.
So we're budgeting for less than what we actually did?
Yes, because this was a one-time, like, turn-on thing for, I believe it was Richardson Park. But that won't be included in next time.
And the
in
new
next year's.
bathrooms, maybe?
I think so. I'm not sure. Whatever it was a one-time turn-on fee, and it won't be there next year.
It'd be just helpful, it's not going to adjust much, but it'd be helpful to understand. I can understand it in the spring being turned on, but what would make it
No,
unique?
did something new happen? It wasn't just a turn-on in the spring, not like that. It was something that the town got that was new.
It's all right, as long as you're comfortable.
I'm confident.
Yeah, because water testing ain't usually a one-time thing.
No,
I'm trying to think in my head, was it bacteria that we had to clean up, or was it a well tile or something, you know?
Sure.
It is hard to think of that one-time fee with that.
When did you start the bathrooms down at Richardson? Was that
Yeah,
this
but
year?
even if it was the bathrooms, it'd just be testing and it would come back again.
The testing is every year, yeah. But this was a one-time thing, that's what he told me, because
Okay.
we did talk about it.
Curious to know that.
All right, general assistance?
So, yeah, and I just realized I forgot to put the health agencies in here, but I'll put them in the following week, but they're staying flat anyway.
What are the health agencies?
The social agencies, like the
Okay.
Meals on Wheels, all of those, but that budget will stay flat, but I'll put them on for next week. So the general assistance, we have obviously a new welfare director. I believe the salary is gonna remain, that it is a stipend amount, so I think it's still considered a part-time. I have to just double check with Teresa on that one, but, this one, same thing, it's basically flat across the boards. I think, actually more of a reduction, a 25% reduction in the budget, actually. And that's due to decreasing the amount of housing assistance, because with the new welfare guidelines and just being more stringent with our policies, I think that we'll be able to save a little bit of money there.
That is a very substantial drop, though.
Yeah. 50,000.
Well, it's actually more than that, it's 70.
No, she's saying you want to go 50, right? It's 70.
I mean, we could go 50.
That's a lot.
We also have
beautiful, but
the
it's a lot.
trust fund, the Lucy Carpenter Trust Fund, which I believe you can use that money for. Many towns have that fund set aside for emergency purposes only, and that would be an emergency. Like if somebody, instead of taking the money from housing, if someone needed that assistance, we can pull from the Lucy Carpenter Fund.
Okay. So you're going to maybe bump that up to 175 or thereabouts?
If you want me to.
Personally, I think you should, just because if you look at our pattern, it's been an increase every year. And I understand, I get it, but at the same time, it's a lot of money. It's great to be able to drop it, but it isn't if you all of a sudden need it.
Okay, I can put it for 175.
Mark?
No, I'm fine with it.
Jim?
Good.
And then, yeah, I dropped the transportation. It seemed like we were okay with that, so I did reduce that by 500. Do you want me to keep that flat?
What is transportation like? Give me an
It's
example.
basically like someone needs a ride to go, like, from, I think gave somebody a ride from up Bench and Keene to the hotel. So we are obligated to get them to where they need to go. But again, we expended $375 out of the $1,500 and I know this was just through August, but
No,
I just don't
no,
see.
this can't be through August. We've been, so, all right, so the expenditure lines have all been through August, but the payroll has been current?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep. And same thing with the burials. We've used the 2250, budgeted 6. I dropped it to 4. Again, I feel like we have that Lucy Carpenter trust fund that in the event of an emergency and somebody needs help, we can pull it from there.
I've just encouraged you to look at 24 and 23.
Okay.
There's some reason why we went from 3750 to 6,000. Or, wait a minute, I'm sorry, take that back. No, I'm sorry, there's some reason that we went up $3,750. We must have been at 23 and change, or 22 and change, and we went up to 6,000.
Why would that be?
That's why I'm just asking if you'll
Maybe
look
you
at.
had a
Unless the
maybe
year
there-
before, there was a big hit,
Yeah.
right? There had to be.
Yeah.
If you don't mind looking at that,
Yeah.
just to.
Check on 23.
But I think
Do
we
you
should
want me
give
to
Laurie
do-
all our budgets the way she did this one.
Do you want me to put it back to 6,000? I can.
I think just to have an understanding, it might be fine at 4. But again, there's some reason why Michael bumped it that much.
All right, so we're gonna do 175, and then, are you okay with the other two? Keeping it at 1,000 and 4? All right.
Was there anything for you guys to sign?
I vote Laurie does all these budgets.
That one was fun, I have to say.
Jeez, she did a good
Is there
job.
anything to sign tonight, Laurie?
Yes.
Okay. Did that. Next is an update to the welfare guidelines. Did you all get a chance to read them?
Yeah, that's a lot. Jesus God. I'm gonna go with your guidance. Sorry, that was a lot.
There is a lot.
Wow.
So,
But I'm good with it. From what I know, what I can be good with, you know what I mean? I trust the higher to be powers.
Yeah, I think Bill will give an update, but I feel like there's a few grammatical things, and we want it to be a clean thing with no amendments, no nothing, so we're gonna get those amendments. She sent it to Michael Courtney today, so if we can just table the vote on these until next
Good.
week, we would feel more comfortable with that.
And then you'll send another copy out then? Okay, I'll wait for the other copy and I'll read it all over again. Thank you, Laurie, for all this homework.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Don't put that in the minutes.
all right. Next item is HealthTrust benefits and renewal package.
So
What can you tell us about that, Ms. Rodriguez?
I can tell you that, I know you're shocked, but it's increased. Not
You know, it never increased until Ringe came here.
really.
Really? It was always level.
Well, did you hear about any scuttlebutt over the
Oh,
summer
my-
about HealthTrust at all? No, so they said the overall rate change is 11.3%.
It is 11%?
Yep.
That's a tough
So,
one.
yes, so they gave a little, but so
Wait,
given the
tell me,
state of
explain
the
this, what you're
healthcare
talking about.
market, they say they expect that this overall rate will,
Last year, 2,000.
I'm listening.
It's like a
Right.
12% increase.
From last year?
what was that?
It's basically a 12% increase year over year in the premium. Big chunk.
I mean, we're not alone. I think it's.
We're not
it is-
alone.
Yeah, right. They just said, given the state of the healthcare market, they expect the overall rate increase to be lower than that of many plans in New Hampshire. Despite increasing provider and drug costs, increased utilization, and federal legislative and regulatory changes, HealthTrust is performing well. The board approved a capital rebuild plan, which is on target, and the plan changes implemented in 2025 have proven effective. So in fact, HealthTrust continues to outperform industry benchmarks for per member, per month costs, medical trend, and has better outcomes compared to competitors. So the medical rates, that's the increase there is 11.3%, and the dental rates increased by 4.4%. And we also have the short-term disability rates with them, which that increased by 5%. So that's that. I do need an authorization from the board to sign off on this benefits renewal package.
I move to authorize the town administrator, Lori Radula, to sign the renewal package document as presented by HealthTrust.
Second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
It's nothing we can move on, it's something you can do.
Unless we went out to,
Tell it's a bid.
Yeah.
And we'll lose that just by putting out there, will cost us more money, right, in the long run. Yeah, so.
all right, unanimous, Sue. All in favor? All right. So, this is all we had for signing?
Yeah.
Did you get the payroll ones?
You only gave me that.
Oh, boy. When you said this is all we have, I should know. It's not bad, it's pretty light.
Oh.
Anything else? You have an update?
I meant to do the.
Did you not hit
bring
on
the,
that, like, listening to the budget, like even Adam, like, Michael did that budget last year. I'm sitting there thinking,
We do.
there it is, you hit it right in the head. Yeah,
A and C.
but you hit it on the head anyways. I thought you were
Hang
pretty
on.
smart on that.
I did want to mention, I know nobody's here, but I did want to mention the community power rate. I sent the press
You sent
release.
it out, yeah.
So I just wanted to pull that up because I don't have the rates in front of me, but.
A long time ago, apparently.
That's the one you opt in, right? You know, you opt out, right?
You're most likely already
In it.
in it, yeah. I just wanted to pull up the press release so I can read
That was a long time ago.
yeah, and it's renewed, right, through December 2027.
Who are you holding that up for?
Because we signed this a long time ago, and I don't know why it's
And it's out on social media and
'Cause you
through
did
the
it.
press.
Oh, that's what it was.
Just that, and the town, the board had agreed when they developed this, that the town as a whole will go with the Swanzey standard plan, and that new price is 11.58, is it kilowatts per hour, right? And that plan does add the 10% voluntary renewable energy, but people should know that they can switch to the next one down, which is. Or up, exactly. That was just the one that they chose. So they can choose to opt out of that one if they want, but they would, and they can do that through, so, is it Good Energy? Hold on here, sorry. Direct Energy will be sending out letters to all the residents with this stating the rate change, and people can go online to swanseacommunitypower.com and sign up for it or opt out, whatever it is they want to do.
What happens when people move for the new owner?
in the course of that year before the, that's a good question.
Well, I believe, same thing, it would be, they're already opt-in because this is what the town has chosen. This is the impression I think this is accurate, but if I moved into town and purchased it, Swanzey has already said we're part of Community Power. So unless I go on and opt out of it, when I get my bill from Eversource, it's gonna be is it the supplier charge down there that says Swanzey Community Power? So they're already gonna be in the program unless they go in and opt out of it.
Well, you were meeting for the person that moved away, what happens? Or the new person? New person coming in.
Yeah, because it's billed through Eversource. It's just that little bit on the bottom of the bill that says Swanzey Community Power.
Okay.
Yep, they are. Yep, and then on social media on our Facebook page as well.
Anything else?
Yep, and I did mention that. Yep, the mailers, I believe, they are sending out the letters, I think, starting tomorrow.
Can you address these?
You want me to speak to that?
Yeah, if you would. I wasn't aware of the letter from the state.
Oh, because it's been in the folder for so long? These were what was in there, right?
Yeah. But you mentioned the letter from the neighbor.
This one?
Yeah. So that might be more recent.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically this. There's been a couple of complaints with the shed on, where's this one?
Water's Edge.
Water's Edge, thank you. And there was a building permit issued after the shed was already on the property. And so I feel like there was, it depends who you ask, but yes, there most likely was a permit issued in error, but the land use, Adam, Chris, and myself had a conversation, and I don't know if Chris was in agreement with that, but anyway, it was decided that they should go for a variance because the shed was within the setback, so to ask for relief to allow the shed there from the zoning board, and then the applicant withdrew. So now one of the abutters, this gentleman and his wife, would like to see the town offer him as an abutter some relief because the shed is in their line of sight. So we did consult back this summer with Cordell, with the town attorney on this, and we were told that we couldn't revoke the building permit. So that was, again, that's why they went to the zoning board in the first place. And I think that I really wanted the board to just say, okay, well, what do we do? Because you have one department head saying there's nothing, we all just want relief for each of the people. But I guess we're looking for some guidance on what we should do. I know people can, and I had a conversation with Bill about this, they can appeal the building permit, right? If we issue a building permit, anybody can appeal that decision to the zoning board within 30 days. And I did mention that to one of the abutters and just said, everybody had the right to appeal, and, you know, there were some letters, and this is all public information. It went through the zoning board, and the abutters didn't have any issue. I believe most of them wrote letters saying they didn't have an issue with it. But now there's an issue with it. So I guess I would just look to the board for some guidance on as far as, are we making the right decision by just, it's kind of out of our hands right now, unless anybody has any other direction for us. Because right now, it's taking up a lot of our time. We've sat down with them multiple times, Adam more than I, multiple phone calls with both parties, and we just want, I mean, at the end, we want everybody to be happy, but it's kind of one of those cases where somebody's not going to be the happy one.
But in the two parties, there's only one, a really upset one, right? The other one with the shed's not, they just want to fight for what they got, right?
Right, but the letter, I mean, so I did just get, so this is basically a letter to the homeowner with the shed saying that you were within the shoreland setback, but I can confirm that they are all set with the state now as far as the shoreline permit goes. They're not in violation. They worked everything out through the state. So that part of it is fine.
If town attorney's telling us we can't do anything about it, I don't know how we can tell them that they have to move it.
No, but what if we make it right on the other end? What if we come up with something that we can make it right on the other end, and they'd be happy with signing off and saying, I'm good? So we only really got one problem, right?
I haven't visited the site, and I know Chris has probably multiple times, but I don't know if there's any other,
Well, you said something about the view.
like the
It's
line of
such a
sight. So
line
like
of
pulling
sight.
out onto the road, if the shed is blocking his line of sight, that,
I was there as part of the zoning board, that's helpful, my information, that there was another option of moving the shed. Right now, this is the driveway, and it's right here like this, and the butters have trouble when they're backing out, seeing past it. The suggestion was made to turn it this way, on this side of their driveway, and these homeowners own all this property here, so it wouldn't be any violation of any property line on this side. And it would get it away from the road, because it's too close to the road, and this way as well. But it would need to be on some kind of, there's a drop off, a wall, so they would need to have some kind of support built to hold it.
To level it, so the ground is like this, and to spin it, we have to bring up the ground to get a level spot.
So it doesn't rack.
And, but the other complication might be that there is a propane tank buried there, and I'm not exactly sure where the location was when we were there touring it. So whether that's a problem or not, that would be a solution.
What did they say that owns the shed? Would they be, if say we did that, would they be all right with it? And we took care of the cost of leveling that?
Yeah, I mean, at that time, the owner was willing to do that themselves. But I don't know what's happened since then, but I would think that would be an easy solution.
What did you say, Mark?
I don't think we should be
I
paying
don't think
for
so either.
or leveling it for them.
But would it be instead of giving the abutters relief, because they have enough money?
It's a legal process now. I think we have to see how the legal process works out. As Mark said, as you said, they had 30 days to appeal the building permit that wasn't appealed. Their next recourse is legal. And we can't step in.
Yeah, but didn't we cause the problem?
No, the building inspector granted the permit.
but building and zoning enforcing our zoning ordinance are two different things.
That's where the administrative appeal comes in, and nobody appealed it. So they got the building
So what would
permit.
they appeal? Because
appeal
they
the-
withdrew the case.
But we've talked about this.
I know.
So the building permit was issued. It was issued for that location. That's the only appeal, is on the building, the administrative decision by the code enforcement officer. They, the owners, have permission. There's no reason for them to go to the zoning board. But why would they? They've already got it.
Well, I thought to get relief from the setback, because
But they don't need relief. We gave them relief by giving them the permit.
Make sure you have some notes in there on this. No, seriously, just,
Don't worry about it. We've had this discussion so many times, Sue, that there's nothing I've told you that I haven't told you before. And there's nothing that I've said that's different from what Cordell said. The appeal was an administrative appeal that wasn't taken. It's unfortunate. I shared with, I think I did, or maybe with Adam, there was an appeal, I won't get into the details, but it was in Swanzey Center back 20 years ago. And it was an appeal of, again, of an administrative decision, and it came to the zoning board, and we spent 3.5 hours debating whether we should hear the appeal, because it was filed on the 32nd day. So it didn't make the 30-day cutoff, and that went all the way to the Supreme Court, and we prevailed all the way through. That's the recourse. Now, abutters may, that's why I say it's illegal. I don't know what happens after that. I don't know whether they can sue us in Superior Court, but there's nothing we can do, Lori. Make sure you get that in a minute, Sue. Anything else?
Dinner.
At 10 past this?
I'll make a motion, we have dinner.
we have like 4 non-carbs.
We do? Well, then what are we
All
doing?
right, let's let Kai go.
Right, make a motion. What are we
Did
doing,
we
Kai?
cover everything?
Kai, what's happening over here?
Are we gonna do anything on the proposed Class 6 regulations
We're tabling that for now. Yeah.
as well?
Did we cover everything? We're not missing anything for Steve? We took care of that, right?
Before we do that, did you get a chance to put the proposed, yeah, we're putting that off next week, the Class 6 road policy. For Steve, yeah, we took care of what you needed to do with trustee of trust funds, with the consolidation of the funds. You took care of that at the beginning. I need to get him a valuation sheet, which I'll do tomorrow. And then he's talking with bond counsel Friday morning with regard to the possibility of closing the TIF district down sooner. And Teresa got a payoff yesterday
Really?
for what the amount would be to do it sooner.
Can we do it?
I don't know. And then it would naturally expire at the end of September of next year. But this would, if we can close it out sooner, then the revenue comes in sooner. So,
Right.
but that's what he's going to talk to bond counsel about.
Who's going to talk about Steve?
Steve is, yeah.
What, he's coming to the next meeting?
No, Friday morning, he's got a call with bond counsel.
Oh.
The interesting thing is that both he and bond counsel have done innumerable TIF districts, forming them, funding them, all of that, but none of them have ended one, or neither of them have
Come
ended
on,
one.
really?
No, because they just unwind, and
Yeah.
they're there to start them, not to finish them. So it's going to be an educational experience.
Okay, yes, we're good.
Also, real quick, we're meeting Tuesday next week instead of Wednesday.
Yes. we
I don't know
will.
if you sent that email to Cal Ripken saying it was
I did.
Wednesday. If you,
I did correct that.
okay.
Thank you for checking,
What,
Mark.
what do you mean? What's going
We're
on?
meeting on Tuesday next week instead of Wednesday.
Oh, because you.
I'm leaving.
So we moved it to Tuesday, and Cal Ripken's gonna be here?
Yeah, early, 4 o'clock.
Oh, sure, yeah. Where are those documents, Bill?
They're right here because I haven't signed them yet.
Okay. Can she just get them for the minutes? Don't let him leave here without signing these. Thank you.
Make a motion to go into non-public.
Reputation?
Yes.
Under reputation.
C, 9